Hello everyone, today I will show you how to create this cute daisy granny square. This is puff stitch and it's super extra cute, and it's from the last tutorial from my bucket hat. I will be using this yarn that I always use. This is cotton yarn and is lightweight, and I will be using crochet needle 3 millimeters, and I'm going to start with a magic loop. So once the magic loop is created, I will chain 3, and then I'm going to start working into the magic circle. In total, I will end up with 12 double crochets. So make sure to count them right, because you want to have 12 exactly, and because you're going to be working on top of them and inserting the puff stitch later. Each petal is going to be for each of these little double crochets that we are creating right now. Now, if you are experienced with this, you can skip, or if you are a beginner, you can continue following the tutorial one step at a time. So double crochets all the way through the magic circle until you have 12 of them. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel in order not to miss out any of these cute videos. There will be a lot more interesting ones coming, and subscribing is for free, so you've got nothing to lose. And once you have 12 stitches, 12 double crochets, you're going to pull the yarn so that you connect everything, and now you're going to pull your needle through that first stitch that we made, and you're going to cut the excess yarn. You can pull your yarn through and try to secure it and hide it to the back of this little magic circle and this first row. So now that we have our first row done, this is what we need to do. We need to insert the puff stitch in all of the chain spaces in between our double crochets. That means that we're going to end up with 12 puff stitches. And now I'm inserting the yarn. This way of inserting is beginner friendly. It's the easier way. You just need to tie a little knot, and that's it. Now we're going to start working our second row. So here we are going to chain 3, and once we do that, we're going to work treble crochets all around. So chain 3, and now yarn over twice, and then into that same chain space we're going to work another treble crochet. We're going to repeat this until we have 4 double crochets. That first chain that we made counts as a treble crochet. Make sure you're working them into that same chain space. Now when you have 4 trebles, you are going to pull the yarn a little bit so it doesn't come undone. And then on top of that third stitch, you are going to insert your hook, and you're going to catch the loose yarn, and you're going to secure it tightly and pull it through. I'm having a little bit of trouble here. So pull it through and secure. Chain 2. And now into the next chain space, we're going to again do trebles. We're going to insert 4 treble crochets into that next chain space. Now, if you are advanced or you already know how to crochet and this is easy for you, you can skip this part. But if you're a beginner, you can continue following along. This is just, again, demonstration how it looks like when you already have one. It's a lot easier to locate that first chain where we need to pull that yarn through. So make sure to do it correctly. Chain 2, and repeat. Repeat until you have all 12 petals. To repeat, you're going to work 4 treble crochets into each of chain spaces that we created in the previous row, and then you're going to create puff stitch out of them. So each chain space is going to have 4 of them, and then you're going to chain 2 and start working on the next chain space. So this will create 12 petals in total. And here I've arrived at the end, and this is the last puff stitch that I will be making. I just wanted to show you what it actually looks like when it's done, and you just need to follow the same pattern that we just did. Make sure to insert the hook in the right chain space and secure it, chain 2, and now we're going to finish the circle. Make sure to count how many petals you have, and that's it. You're just going to insert the hook into that the third chain space on top of the first stitch, and that's it. Pull the yarn through and secure your work. Now for the next stage, for the third row, we're going to work in between the petals, right there where we created this chain of 2. And now I'm going to insert another color. And I'm going to do it in the same way, which is beginner friendly. You're just going to tie it with a knot, and you can cut the excess yarn immediately so it doesn't bother you, or you can try to yarn it inside your work. I will show you how to do that in one of my next videos. Now you're going to chain actually 2, not 3, and yarn over, and let's do 3 double crochets in each of these spaces. That first chain is going to count as double crochet. Now yarn over and start working in the next chain space in between these petals. You're going to continue doing this for each and every space. So in each space we're going to have 3 double crochets, and we're not going to chain in between. Again, if you are advanced in crochet, you can continue, you can skip this and continue working without following the video. But if you are a beginner, you can continue following this part. But this row is very easy. You just need to repeat the same 3 double crochets in each of those spaces between the 2 petals. And here I wanted to show you how I'm going to connect them. So I'm not going to make a chain or anything. I'm going to insert my hook in the second chain of that first chain that the second chain space of that first chain that we made, that I made, and I'm going to pull the yarn through. Now I'm going to cut the excess and pull it securely. Now I'm going to insert the other color that I wanted to use. You can use any color, you can use the same one as the flower. It's totally up to you. Now what we're going to do, we're going to start making it in such a way, doing crochet in such a way that it's going to be a square eventually. So tie your yarn anywhere. And now we're going to do the following. We're going to make a chain of 3, and then yarn over and start doing double crochets. We're going to do 3 double crochets into the same chain space. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Now we'll yarn over, and into that same chain space, we're going to, into that same space that we just did the previous double crochets, we're going to do another 3 double crochets. So now we have created corner. We're going to yarn over. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going to start doing half double crochets into the next space. We're going to have 3 of them as well, just that they're going to be half double crochets. We're going to yarn over, and now we're going to work into the next space. We're going to again do 3 half double crochets. And now we have come to the corner again. We're going to start doing double crochets. We're going to have 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 2. We're going to do 3 double crochets into that same chain space. This is 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 2, yarn over, and into that same space we're going to work additional 3 double crochets. This is 1, 2, and 3. Now into the next chain space we're going to work 3 half double crochets. This is the pattern that we're going to continue doing. So for this space and for the next one, we do 3 half double crochets, and when we reach the corners we're going to do 6 half double crochets with a chain of 2 in between. Again, if you're a beginner, you can continue watching the tutorial, and if you are advanced, you can skip this portion and go to the next part. So this is the corner. Now we're doing 3 double crochets, then chain 2, and again 3 double crochets into that same space. This creates the corner. This is what is going to make this a granny square. And now we are going to continue, and we're going to do half double crochets in this space, and we're going to have 3 of them. Then we're going to continue again into the next space. We're going to do 3 half double crochets again. And now we're reaching again to that corner. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 2. This is second one. And the third one, chain 2, and now additional 3 double crochets into the same space. And now we're going to continue working again half double crochets in between each of these spaces. So this is 1 half double, and the second and the third. And the last portion is to do 3 double crochets in the following chain space, and then we're going to connect this row. We're going to connect it at the top of that third stitch. And now we can introduce the next color. You can stop here if you desire to have a smaller granny square, or you can continue. You can make this as big as you like it to be. So I decided to add one more color because it's easier when they're bigger. So here, as you can see, we're going to work the following row in the same way. In those spaces that I just showed, we're going to work half double crochets. Corners are going to have the same exact pattern. So if you are advanced, you don't need to follow anymore. You can just continue doing the same thing over and over again until you're satisfied with the size. If you're a beginner, you're going to make a chain of 3 and you're going to start working your first double crochet into that same chain space, and the third one, chain 2, and we're going to do another 3 double crochets into the same space. Okay, this is the last one for this space, and now we're going to do half double crochets in the following 3 spaces. This is 3, yarn over and into the next space, again 3 half double crochets. I repeat, if you're a beginner, you can follow here, or you can stop and continue crocheting by yourself, but I advise to follow. It's a lot easier. If you are advanced, for you this tutorial is practically done. So just follow the previous row and do exactly the same thing we did in the previous row. Everything is just being copied. The only difference is that because this row is a little bit bigger, it's going to have 3 sets of 3 half double crochets in between these corners. And now we have reached the corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets into that space, 2 and 3, chain 2, yarn over, and into that same chain space we are going to add 3 more double crochets, 2 and 3. And now into the next chain space, we're going to insert 3 half double crochets, 1, 2, yarn over, and 3. Into the next chain space, again, we're going to do 3 half double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to repeat that for the next chain space. So 1 half double crochet, 2, and 3. And now we're reaching the corner, yarn over and do a double crochet, and repeat that 2 more times until you have 3 double crochets in that corner. Chain 2, yarn over, and do another 3 double crochets into that same chain space. And now we're going to continue with half double crochets until the end. So in this chain space, we're going to have again 3 half double crochets, yarn over, move to the next chain space, again 3, and the next chain space is the last one. It's coming together very nicely. I think that these colors complement each other very well. and the third one, and now we're going to connect our work. So you're going to find that third chain space from the hook, and you're going to connect this row, and you can cut your yarn and pull it through to secure it. And here you can insert another color and continue working, or you can stop here. If you like this little tutorial, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Subscribing means so much to me. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.